Financial institutions are pouring billions into artificial intelligence, expecting frictionless transformation. But the reality looks more like this. Right now, the global banking sector is rushing to deploy AI for high-stakes functions, algorithmic trading, credit underwriting, and real-time fraud detection. This Bank of England chart maps that ambition. Orange bars show a massive surge in intended AI deployment over 3 years. Yet 87% of these enterprise projects will die in pilot purgatory, never reaching live production. The algorithms themselves rarely fail. A data scientist can build an accurate predictive model on a laptop in a few weeks. What fails is the transition. Institutions hit a catastrophic deficit in engineering maturity and risk management when trying to scale that math into live infrastructure. Getting stuck in the lab means wasting development capital, but the consequences compound further. When models are improperly deployed or abandoned, the institution remains exposed to the exact operational risks and regulatory scrutiny the technology was supposed to solve. A proof of concept validates one thing: whether an algorithm works under highly controlled conditions. It relies on historical, static datasets, operating entirely isolated from the bank's actual transaction pipelines. Moving to live production requires an entirely different operational architecture: continuous integration, strict version control, and automated retraining. This gap translates to a harsh capital reality. A standard POC costs €40,000, but engineering the production pipeline pushes first-year costs to $400,000. Then there is the data itself. A static model trained on yesterday's information begins to degrade the moment it goes live. Without continuous monitoring, shifting market conditions cause model drift, turning a previously accurate algorithm into a financial liability. European law makes ignoring this infrastructure illegal. GDPR Article 22 and the EU AI Act mandate strict audit trails, transparency, and explainability for any automated system making decisions that affect customers. Pushing a successful POC straight into a live environment without those foundational layers guarantees silent degradation. The system will process transactions incorrectly without triggering a single alert. The architecture of legacy banks compounds the problem. Attempting to force real-time AI models into mainframes built for overnight batch processing creates severe engineering friction. When organizations underestimate this complexity and rush past the feasibility stage, they stall out. The technical oversight of ignoring MLOps infrastructure is the exact mechanism driving that 87. These engineering deficits do not stay contained within a single institution. As AI adoption scales, isolated firm-level failures aggregate into a macro-prudential threat. Looking at this Bank of England framework, we see how shocks propagate. Poor engineering creates firm-level micro-financial vulnerabilities, deep flaws in risk assessment. When multiple institutions deploy similar AI tools, these flaws compound into algorithmic herding, taking highly correlated positions across the market. If a market anomaly hits, those autonomous models could interpret the shock identically. They execute the same defensive strategies simultaneously, triggering a pro-cyclical fire sale that drains liquidity from the system in milliseconds. This systemic fragility is amplified by how banks build these systems. Financial institutions rely on a highly concentrated handful of third-party vendors. If a single critical service provider experiences an outage or a cyber attack, the disruption cascades across the entire sector. Modern capital markets are densely interconnected. A single point of failure in an AI service provider can halt critical payments or freeze lending pipelines globally. This is precisely why frameworks like the Digital Operational Resilience Act and the EU AI Act are forcing financial institutions to map their third-party dependencies and prove that their models are explainable under stress. It is also why regulators enforce the senior managers and certification regime. No matter how autonomous the model, a specific human executive remains legally and personally accountable for its actions. Poorly engineered AI models effectively weaponize financial volatility. Lacking a foundation of rigorous infrastructure, these systems act as a macroprudential threat capable of destabilizing the entire global market. Solving this does not require tearing down the bank. Survival means weaving advanced capabilities around the existing foundation without breaking it. Institutions escape pilot purgatory when they abandon the idea of an 18-month rip and replace of their legacy core systems. That approach triggers endless procurement cycles and unacceptable operational risk. Instead, successful banks integrate modern AI infrastructure through a strategy known as tractable wedges, contained, targeted implementations running alongside existing mainframes. The most effective starting point is Wedge 1, shadow mode decisioning. Live production data flows into both systems simultaneously. The AI engine processes signals and generates real-time decisions, but a hard control layer prevents executing those decisions in the live environment. Risk analysts compare the AI's outputs against the legacy system's actual results. This generates the exact empirical backtesting data that model risk management committees demand, proving the model's accuracy without exposing the balance sheet. Shadow mode effectively neutralizes the procurement deadlock. It allows the institution to mathematically verify the AI's financial alpha before a single line of production logic is altered. This targeted approach also solves immediate operational crises, particularly in anti-money laundering compliance. Legacy transaction monitoring systems are notoriously brittle. Relying on rigid rules, they routinely generate false positive alert rates exceeding 95%, burying the compliance teams in endless mechanical triage. This introduces Wedge 2, Analyst Assist Agents, or L1 triage. Rather than trusting an algorithm to make the final legal determination, the AI acts as a sophisticated investigator. It automatically aggregates transaction data, queries external watch lists, and synthesizes a case file. The investigator starts their review with the facts already assembled. This drastically cuts the hours spent on manual data gathering, while strictly maintaining the human-in-the-loop required for regulatory compliance. For entirely new asset classes, institutions deploy Wedge 3, greenfield deployments. This is critical for innovations like payment stablecoins. Traditional risk systems were engineered for a settlement window of 2 days. Assets moving on blockchain rails require instant, sub-100 millisecond decisioning. Legacy mainframes cannot operate at that speed. Because a greenfield project is an entirely new product line, the bank can build an AI-native risk stack from the ground up. There is no legacy code to integrate, meaning zero risk of disrupting the bank's core operations. By applying these tractable wedges, financial institutions bypass the paralysis of wholesale transformation. They surgically modernize their most critical bottlenecks without paralyzing the entire bank. Ultimately, scaling artificial intelligence in the financial sector is not an exercise in surrendering operational control to unpredictable black box models. It culminates in a centralized architectural capability, the AI Control Tower. Under this architecture, regulatory governance is no longer a static point-in-time document filed away after a proof of concept. It becomes a living, real-time infrastructure. By anchoring AI within a unified decisioning platform that maintains strict human oversight, institutions neutralize both internal engineering failures and the threat of global systemic contagion. In these highly regulated environments, the institutions that survive the AI transition will be those that treat total operational resilience as the non-negotiable foundation of their architecture.